Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Hoff Believer starting us off with a 2-month resub. Thank you so much, Hoff. Hi also to Light Rider, to BG Tip, to Sergey. Are you guys up late, or are you an American crowd right now? Also, hello to Mick Seelandsen and Identity. Cardinal is American, okay. Mick is in Germany. What day is it actually? Is it Thursday? Yeah. I'm curious how your callback in New York went. Eurocentric, it went really, really bad. Well. I might be going back, I feel like I found my home and found my calling. Remind me, what was the acting role I had? Did Botes define it? Hey Bart, how you doing? Yeah, 1 a.m. Friday, Mick, but it counts as Thursday. Nishai wants to watch Civilization 5. We'll have to make that happen at some point. But this month, I'm just way too busy. Botes didn't give details. Yeah, she does that. Hey Ali, hey Pizza Racer, how you doing? Yeah, Cardinal, I am eating at 1 a.m. I'm gonna now explain to you what on earth is going on. Hey Horace. You're not paid for eating? No, but I am paid to explain the current situation. So here's what's up. I arrived back from New York earlier today at 3 p.m. And so I have, after having had some food and getting back to my apartment and stuff like that, I have now slept from 6 p.m. until midnight. So I just got up, even though it's 1 a.m. And the reason I did it this way is because I have to catch a flight at 6 a.m. Tomorrow/today in 5 hours. A flight for which I need to leave in less than 4 hours. And so I figured out that sleeping during this time really wasn't very constructive, or at the very least, if I had to get up at 4 a.m. to catch a flight, that would just put me in a bad mood. So instead, I have been sleeping all day today so that we have this special time right now, and then and then I'm gonna make my flight well rested and in a good mood. So it's 7 p.m. in my body. Honestly, Cardinal, my body now is a bit in shambles. I'm not even sure I'm on New York time, because I had an evening flight out at 10 p.m. So I basically went 24 hours without sleep. So it's a whole thing. I think I might be on Asian time, to be honest with you. Because I went to bed at noon, New York, which is like midnight somewhere in Asia, right? Somehow I traveled from New York to Europe and ended up on Asian time. Go figure. Eating is good for us. Your blood is in the stomach now instead of your brain. Ooh, Mick. You really want to win today, huh? Yes, Mac. Up late. That's how we do it. Oh, Almond. Yeah, no, I was mostly concerned about my sleeping rhythm. But yeah, it's going to put a dent in yours as well. Cunning move? I think so, Ali. I think this was perfectly planned and executed on my end. Pizza Racer, to be fair, you sat up with us until 6 a.m. playing Civilization on Tuesday. So your sleep schedule was already ruined. In fact, this is just going to keep your normal sleeping rhythm messing up. I mean, this is just your sleeping pattern right now, Pizza Racer. Oh, Almond, are you playing in the Norwegian Youth Championship? Yeah, that's one way of doing it, Pizza Racer. So Mick, I'm going to Montenegro. It's the European Clubs Cup. It's a really, really strong tournament. Tons of really top tier players. And I'll be playing on the first board for my Danish club, actually, Køge. So that's going to be interesting. I played some chess 2 weeks ago in Sweden, and it went really horrendously. So I don't come in with a lot of expectations, but at the same time, I feel like I can do so much better than I did in Sweden. So I want to show in Montenegro that I still got it. Carrots in there? Of course there is both. So what are you talking about? It's a chicken tikka with carrots, onions, and bell peppers. The ultra rare afternoon hammer. Hello, Hiataman. How you doing? Coming in with the Twitch Prime for 21 months. Wow. 21 months. Thank you so much, Hiataman. Are you going to use your E4 repertoire? Of course I am, Dag. That's what I do in all my Blitz games. And also, it's so good. Oh, you mean in the tournament? Yeah, I might. But honestly, when I used my E4 repertoire in the games in Sweden some weeks ago, I managed to lose. Feels bad, man. But according to the computer, I got a big advantage from the opening. I just didn't understand the resulting position. It can be tricky at times. I was a bit aggressive. I gave away a rook to get the bishop pair. It happens. I'm not going to blame Stream, but I did want to impress Stream. I'm not going to blame you, but I am going to say that you played a role. I wanted to show Stream that having the bishop pair could be worth just as much as a rook. Adro coming in with the 12-month resub. The 1-year anniversary. Thank you so much, Adro. I bet Hammer won't have any spicy Thai food for at least a month. What are you talking about, Nisha? I mean, I haven't had like 4 restaurant meals the last 2 weeks, and it's been Thai every single time. It's just good. I think we just got unlucky about our order. And also, there's a big difference to ordering stuff in New York versus ordering it in Norway. Because in Norway, they expect everyone to like not really understand spice at all. So I think part of my mistake was that I thought it was going to be like, ooh, you choose spicy because it's not really it. They cater to an American palate instead of like local palate. Or maybe Americans just accept more spices than Norwegians. I don't really know. But yeah, I had a bad Thai experience recently. It was too spicy. Hammer has the same face since it was 15. Yeah. I hope it continues that way for some time. Mo Party. I'm really hoping to keep this face until I die. It's very uncommon, but I'm really hoping for it. Yeah, Anand crushed Artemiev, sacrificed a rook to get 2 bishops. That's basically what I tried. I'm not Anand. That's my problem. What do you recommend against d4? Horus, I hope to have like a black repertoire video series at some point. But I have some really busy months ahead. So I can't really make any guarantees when I'm going to get around to it. But in general, I recommend putting pawns in the center. So I think the Queen's Gambit Declined is a really good opening. Oh, really, Sergey? Norwegian gastronomy isn't really... I'm not really too familiar with it. I know that Norway has some of the top chefs in the world. We very often do well in the Bacon d'Or, whatever it is, that cooking competition, the World Championship of Cooking. Norway has a lot of good chefs, but we don't have a lot of good restaurants. I don't know how that makes up. Hiyataman would like to start the wild speculation why Hammer has been twice in New York recently. Go ahead, dude. I'm working. I'm a very important man. I'm a maverick, you know? I go where the flights take me. Half Believer, no, I didn't see the Kostenjuk Feingold match. I was sound asleep. Who won? I talked to Botes about this. I said I thought Kostenjuk would annihilate Ben. But yeah, we'll see. Repertoire series on the Albans? No. I only recommend good opening stag. Will there be chess? Yes, Silansen. There will be some chess. Bocuse d'Or. I don't really even know how to pronounce it though, Ulan. But that's the one. Kostenjuk won 10-6. Yeah, sounds about fair. Hey Mighty Warrior, how you doing? 10-6 is a solid score. Doesn't really seem like she was ever in trouble. No, Chess Turk, I haven't read about Fat Fritz. I'll get into it once I kind of calm down a bit. I've had a very busy week. I'm doing well, Mighty Warrior. I just got up. I just slept 6 hours. I'm feeling good. Were you surprised by So's performance against Magnus? Asks Thomas. Yes, I was. I don't think we have ever seen anyone dominate against Magnus the way Wesley did. Ever. I mean, even when Magnus was an up-and-coming player, he never got dominated that bad, I feel. And I don't really feel like... It's interesting because did Magnus play very poorly or did Wesley play very well? In my opinion, I think Wesley did really, really well and then Magnus got completely tilted. So I think Wesley played very well, like game 2 and game 3, those first two games he played. He did an amazing job and then Magnus got tilted. But even when Magnus is on tilt, beating him is no easy task. And Wesley made it look easy. So Wesley was extremely impressive. Hey Fair, you're watching me from Venezuela. That's cool. And Claudio says Brazil in chat. Where is everyone? Do we have more Americans? That's basically what I'm curious about. I assume it's the case that we have many more Americans than normal because it's a weird hour in Europe. New York. Ulan representing Norway. Pizza racer in Sweden. Espen Holmbe Bang. No, I never heard of that guy, Sergey. But if he's a good chef, then, good for Norway. We like to eat. We need something to get us through the winters. The winter has started in Norway now. It's really sad. My apartment is so cold. Vienna, nobody. How are you doing? I'm catching a flight to Vienna in 4 hours. To be fair, it's just a stop, but it's still a flight to Vienna. Manila, wow, shrewd. Is it early in the morning for you? Buffalo, New York. Most of you guys, I was in your neighborhood just a couple of hours ago, huh? I'm playing in Montenegro. But the best way to get to Montenegro, to Podgorica, which is the capital, the best way to get there is flying with Austrian Airlines through Vienna. Thank you, Chess Turk. Okay, let's play some chess. Let's do some of that chess stuff. We have some incoming challenges. And first up is Identity. Patiently waiting around. What is better, math or chess? Asks Fairly. As a kid, I may have said math, but I'm over it. I'm so over math. I did economics in college, and I dropped out because the math was so difficult. To be fair, I wasn't really studying maths as much as I was studying chess. Maybe if I had given them similar efforts, I would have been better. Okay, I'm gonna go here first. I really want to go e5, but I'm scared about e4 maybe being a thing. You'd be a grandmaster at math? I don't know, Super Saiyan, because that stuff is tricky, no? So in Norway, in the school system in Norway, basically what happens is that through elementary school and middle school, basically all you learn is dividing and addition and multiplying and division. You don't learn anything beyond that. So when I got to high school, it was a bit of a culture shock for me. Because suddenly I needed to understand derivations. There was just this whole area of maths that I didn't even really know existed. Vectors and, all of these kind of topics. And what had happened at that point was that I lived in the US as a kid for 5th grade. I lived a year in the US. And essentially the maths I learned in 5th grade in the US, I was coasting on that until like 10th grade in Norway, which is the last year of middle school here. So yeah, I would say that in Norway, the progression is really poor, and Norwegian kind of school is not good at catering to those kids who needs an extra challenge. I spent very much of my elementary school years, just competing with my friends who could solve the stuff fastest rather than who could solve it. It was no doubt that we knew absolutely everything. So the only thing we had left was competing for speed, instead of actually learning something new. So I'm also pretty. I don't care that much about, the politics of schooling and so on and so forth, but I do feel that Norway is very bad at catering to kids who actually need to be challenged. Norwegian school is very much helping those struggling the most, which, it's a fine goal, and it's the thought is really nice, but it's still it's still kind of abandoning some kids. I understand the concern of abandoning those who struggle, but not giving something to the kids who needs a new challenge is also kind of abandoning those kids. Was Magnus good at maths? Yeah, I think so. Initially, and then high school happens, like I was saying. Isn't Norway said to have one of the best educational systems in the world? I don't know anyone who feels that way. Ulan maybe can help us out with some numbers. Where in the US did you live? Asks 25. I lived in Berkeley. Hey Halvard, how you doing? Linear algebra? Yeah. Wait, what? Pizza Racer linear algebra, isn't that like super easy? Are you saying you didn't have that in high school? No AP classes. Yeah, that's a good point, Thomas. So in Norway we don't have classes for like advanced kids. And I'm guessing the same is the same applies to Sweden. You learn about vector spaces. I don't really know the name Super Saiyan, but we had like vectors, like basic physics in high school. This is Chess 24, JC. Nordic countries in the top of PISA? I don't know. Oh, sorry. My bad. Yeah, thanks. I'm a big name now, JC. I'll try, but it's tough when you come in here saying stuff like that. We do pretty meh on the pizza. That's what I thought. I didn't think we were anything special. Checkmate. You came here to get away from your math homework. I'm sorry, Ahmad. What are you working on? If we may so inquire. Maybe it's something I can help out with. I thought it was a nice mate, Vicky. I agree. Unlikely night. So the one of the things Chess24 is best at is having a video library of really cool content. So if you're interested in checking it out, I recommend looking at this link to my video series, and where you can kind of watch the first video to get an impression of how it works. But that, I would say, is one of the things that makes Chess24 unique. And beyond the playing experience, even just the video, in my opinion, makes the premium membership worth it. And I mean, you can test out how it is to play there without going premium, for sure. Oh no, Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan, are you gonna make it difficult? No, I never played against Kasparov, JC. I also never played against Kramnik, but I played against many of the other top players. But Kasparov and Kramnik are the two guys missing from my from who I got to play. Oh, unlikely night. I only have VODs for subscribers. I'll say it again. The video series is very interesting. That's kind of what they specialize in, and you can just make an account and check it out and see whether you like it. But what differentiates Chess24 from most of the other sites is the quality and the method they use to show you the video series. You can kind of look at the computer analysis while you're hearing someone present stuff. It's pretty good. Rick says, I just watched your new course. We'll have to watch it again more than once. Thank you, Rick. Prove that the function of x equals the sinus of x squared divided by 1 plus x squared is uniformly continuous on R. That's the kind of reason why that's the kind of question, Super Saiyan, why I dropped out of economics. And also, all of these kind of geometrics, I really hated. Geometry is terrible. I'm sure it has a very significant relationship to maths. I'm sure that a proper mathematician will say that geometry is the core of math. But to me, geometry was just that silly thing we had on the side, in addition to the adding and subtractions and stuff like that. And I really disliked it. How did it feel when you beat Magnus in Norway chess? It was a special feeling, Dag. It was, yeah. It was unexpected. We were both having horrendous tournaments. And in hindsight, I feel like beating a reigning world champion, that's a huge achievement regardless of circumstance. And at the time, I was actually kind of depressed because I felt like, it doesn't make any sense, but I was depressed at the time because I felt like I didn't play a good game. And I thought that beating Magnus playing a good game would be one thing, but beating him playing a bad game and just having him play a complete nightmare tournament, it didn't feel good to me. But it was not a rational reaction to that win. It is the biggest win I've ever had. And my reaction to it was strange because that evening I was depressed, which, makes no sense. Thank you, Elaine. Enjoy the energy. Wow. And here I thought I didn't have that much energy in general. Horus the Reti is a good opening. It depends on whether you want to switch or not, but I would say that learning my E4 repertoire can't really hurt you. You can still play your Reti opening, you're just expanding your horizons. Geometry is the coolest part of math. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Super Saiyan. Other people who actually understand mathematics might think geometry is cool. To me, it's just first I had to use that gradient thing I wasn't very good at, and then we never really got into the mathematics of geometry, if that makes sense, right? We were just drawing stuff, and then I got already a bad emotions regarding geometry. Did I play poorly? No, Identity, you did well. Good game. Okay, yeah, let's play again. Fair point. Gester is next up. What do you do to snap out of playing badly? Burns, it's such a tricky thing. Turning the tides when you're doing poorly, there's no one trick, and it can differ from person to person. Personally, what I do is that I give myself desserts when I win and desserts when I lose, because being in a good mood is important. So I comfort eating is one of my strategies. Just reward yourself for losing somehow. Maybe not reward, but at the least comfort yourself. Wow, the math discussion in Twitch chat has gone very quickly. I completely lost track. Geometry is all about beautiful structures, so the opposite of your chess positions. That is so out of line, Tommy. You're in here saying shit about my pawn structures and my chess positions. Oh man, I have the best pawn structures. Tommy, my next emote, I'll make a pawn structure emote. And we'll make sure to spam it whenever you're around. I care very deeply about my pawn structures. Thank you very much. What's your favorite win? I mean, I have had some nice... My favorite win is when I beat Krasenkov. I think that's my best game ever. My win against Krasenkov in 2017 or something. Hey, Past Pawn, how are you doing? So I didn't get an opponent, or at least my opponent didn't make a move. So we're gonna go to the next one, which is Mick. Mick is up next. Why Chess 24 has no puzzle rush? Horus, we'll have you covered soon enough. I'm working with Play Magnus, and we're working on developing something that feels like Puzzle Rush, but we hope to make it even a bit better. I'll post it in chat. Yeah, I know, Vicky. I know. I'm just saying that was my kind of middle school feel for it. RCT is a geometry teacher in high school, and he agrees with Super Saiyan. Geometry is the best part of math. Yeah, no, I understand that if you get it, you'll find it interesting. Berkeley is really nice, Thomas. I'm not sure what you wanted me to post. Oh, yeah, the Magnus Frenzy. Yeah, sure. My computer is having a very weird issue. I cannot click. I cannot click on the right-hand side of my screen. It's... Oh, thank you, Mikael. You beat me to it. Force yourself to eat spicy Thai food if you lose. Wow, but spicy Thai food is good, Trollsar. Chespe coming in with a 17-month resub. Thank you so much, Chespe. You would love it if there was a defensive tactics trainer. I'm sure there are some of the kind of tactics trainers I have only who kind of focuses where you can select what kind of puzzles you want. Okay, for the I can't really tell whether this is the third or fourth game in a row, but people, I realize I'm not playing that many games, but it doesn't help that you guys are not making moves when I do start. Give up chess and come play Fortnite with us? Aw, that's tempting, Chespe. I don't have time though. I gotta prepare, you know. I forgot to switch. I'm playing a chess tournament starting Sunday actually. We gotta do some chess. Get our mind in the right place. Good evening, Guillotine. Ollie asks, is red cabbage overrated? I would say I didn't know anyone rated red cabbage. So I would say no. I think red cabbage is not that great, but nor do I know anyone who thinks it's great. I think that was the right answer. Is this the Goose Game? Honestly, Perpetual, the Goose Game is going to be big. I have a feeling. I don't really know what's going on here. Okay, and also this is my problem. I've been traveling, and I have a tournament coming up, and traveling is like the number one way of getting sick. So I'm a bit concerned. I'm taking some like big vitamin C thingies, and yeah. Gesundheit. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna attack this knight. Iman, thank you so much for the 4-month Twitch Prime. God bless you. Thank you. Or even more importantly, make sure that I don't get sick before my tournament. Made you hungry when I saw you were eating? Yeah, Mick. Food has that effect on people. I don't blame you. That is not what I recommend in the Hammer repertoire, Super Saiyan. I cannot advocate on its behalf. Let's see. Are we going to capture this rook? No, we're going to try to get everything. First, the bishop attacks the rook. Then we take it, because we are clever like that. Then the bishop points down towards the king. and we put black in a very problematic position. Okay, if only I could get something attacking that rook. I guess first we do this, pointing against the pawn on a7. Then we go g4, and then we see what happens. Teaching her how to play Civ 5 was painful to watch. Really, Trollsar? Are you being unsupportive of my quest in recruiting more Civilization players? I thought she did okay, but I think I did a bad job. I did not manage to turn her around. I told her I feel bad that I couldn't make you interested, and she was like, "Well, we don't really know that yet." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure I know. If she was really interested, I think she would have had a different kind of." You really like the Civ stream? I'm glad to hear so, Pizza Racer. Oh, Botus is in chat. Wow. Hey, how are you doing? He's just a troll. Well, it's in his username, that's true. Well, we'll see how it goes. I feel like I tried my best to stay... Because the thing is, whenever you do or present something you really care about to someone else, it's like having other people watch your favorite movie. The temptation of just, taking over and like stopping at every moment and kind of explaining all that's going on and so on. I felt like I had to... okay, let's not do the Botes. That's how we do it. We avoided the stalemate and got the checkmate. It's not really stream or newbie friendly. I don't know about stream friendly, Perpetual. I think it can be okay for stream. It's just, it's slow, but slow can be good, especially when you have an active chat like Alexandra's. What is Civ 5? It's a game. Yeah, Ahmed. I was just saying how well you did in Civ 5. Yes, that's what you were saying, Trollsar. Hey, Joseph, how are you doing? How are you feeling also? That's terrifying. What if they don't like it and now I hate them forever? Yeah, that's how it goes, JC. Too many math teachers in chat? Yeah, Ahmad. This isn't really helping your math anxiety. I don't know, Hiyata, man. I tried streaming Civilization before on my channel and it didn't really work out. Or at least it wasn't that amazing. But maybe the community is bigger now. Yager, I haven't read a lot of books in my life, but one of the books I actually have started reading is Fermat's Last Theorem. For some reason, it was a book like my dad had, and I just started reading it. I don't think I understood any of it, though. Gamal wants me to play more. No, I don't know anything, Super Saiyan. I don't know anything. I just know that there's a book, and I've read the first 150 pages of it. Wow. Chat is now just filled with so much math. Nisha, wow, that's rough. I thought Hammer was a brilliant teacher even if the student wasn't particularly gifted. That is so rough. That is so rough. I don't know. I think she did well. I tried to stay back and just explain whenever she had a question. And she likes, because understanding the mechanics and how to click is a big part of it, right? And I thought she got that very nicely. To be honest, I thought she got it. She was doing well. She would have won that game. And she was making a lot of the decisions on her own. And she was moving around everything on her own. I have a friend of mine, Vicky, who's very big on shogi. I've tried Go, but I didn't really get the hang of it. I've played Internet Go, and that's not even kidding. I thought you were getting the hang of it, Alexandra. But it takes time. But Perpetual, in order to play chess, you gotta learn how to move the pieces. What are you talking about? She was gaining an appreciation for how to build a big civilization. I was really emphasizing that the bigger your cities, the better. And I think she was getting that point. And clicking and moving around your units is such a key part of the game. And, she was doing that. Yeah, tough crowd. Blind Broccoli knows. It's a very tough crowd. Would like to see a Venn diagram of mathematicians and chess players. I don't know. I have a feeling that a lot of chess players are decent at maths, but some of them, such as myself, never really got the hang of maths beyond adding and subtracting and dividing and multiplying. Yeah, I would like to see myself in the top 70 as well in Gamaliev, but it's tricky. And now I have a lot of other stuff going on as well. No, but Perpetual, that was also... Actually, you're wrong about that. Because our problem was that the layout of Civilization was really dumb. The game didn't allow us to open it in a windowed full screen. So we were playing on 60% of the computer screen, which is so ridiculous. That's why she had to zoom in and out so much. If we had gotten the game settings correctly, or if Civilization was an easier game to kind of set up for stream, it would have been so much better. Because we were actually struggling to kind of see the full game in a good way. I think the word calculate means different things in chess and maths. Yeah, for sure. No doubt about it, Broccoli. Irva had a PhD in maths. Yeah. There's been some clever chess players. Urshel has gone MIA. Well, I mean, he became a part of the community and he has friends in chess. I'm sure he'll be back. And I'm also sure that his friends in chess doesn't think he has gone MIA. Probably it's just his Twitch because he's busy. You know, that happens to people. They get busy. Not the most fortunate game choice. Yeah, but that kind of implies that you're choosing your games based on what would be good for stream, which is not really what we were doing. I was showing her a game that I'm really enchanted with. It wasn't play a random game that's not chess. He's busy conquering Mount Everest and becoming an astronaut? Yeah, probably. That feels about what John's level of ambition is. Who are your favorite chess players? I would say Magnus and Aronian are my favorite. Well, he just released a book, Perpetual. I don't know if you caught it. People get busy. I'm busy. This is going to be my only stream for 3 weeks. I'm kind of hoping you'll forgive me for that. But it's the way of life. Sometimes you just don't have. You have to prioritize. Which Magnus? Yeah, that could be confusing, JC. Which Magnus? To the question, who is your favorite chess player? Which Magnus? You like yourself as a chess player? That's a good question for fun. I think I'm an interesting chess player, yeah. I have an interesting style. It's kind of strange. And I have some serious flaws in my game, and yet I still do pretty okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with Roland. We rated him a couple of times. Super Saiyan. Hammer's biggest flaw is his lack of appreciation for his knights. At times, that is it. At times. Is that Tall's quote, Mick? I have never in my life played the French defense, which is the dullest of all openings. The man is just wrong, though. The French is not very dull. The higher your rating, the more you love bishops? I think that's true, yeah. Mick, did you get your food? Are you ready? Are we going to make this happen? How much does Magnus love his bishops? I don't know, Super Saiyan. Somehow, Magnus just keeps on winning, regardless of what he does. It's fascinating, really. Naroditsky is gone for a month? Really, Boso? What's he up to? Yeah, this is maybe the worst time for me to be very busy with Eric and the boys touring Asia. And now also Danya is away. You have even started to appreciate some lines in the exchange French. Wow, Pizza Racer. That's big. I actually ended up having a winning position against the exchange French 2 times this summer against really strong opposition. Of course they're not going to come back to 0 subs, Boso. What are you talking about? The real fans don't abandon you just because you take some time off. Training for St. Louis tourney? Ah, okay. Winter Classic starting on Sunday. It's nice that St. Louis are doing those tournaments. I played there last year. I was really disappointed with my performance. But it's a fantastic offer for those players who aren't really strong enough to get like the big invites, but still so strong that open tournaments kind of feel a bit strange. Should I have gone knight f5? Probably. I'm not sure that was the right square for my knight. You aren't on chess.com anymore? No, Ruse. I made a switch. Okay, let's see. What's going on? Can we attack this knight? Should I be doing this move? Should I be doing this move? Am I going to get checkmated? I really regret playing knight c6. I think that was a big mistake on my part. Like, properly big mistake. Because now if I go f4, then knight to g4 is going to be pretty disruptive to my king. I think I'm going to go c7. And maybe take the rook. But yeah, good move. He's protecting the rook. And then now if I take his rook, he's going to get the queen on the diagonal. Darius said he still has traumatic memories from the St. Louis tournament. Honestly, Super Saiyan, I am the reason for some of those memories. I played a really good game against Darius. That was like my one really nice moment from that tournament. You had to play without my lucky trousers. Honestly, Perpetual, I got a new pair of lucky trousers at that tournament. I'm not sure it worked out that poorly for me. I had nice everythings against Darius. Can you try to stream FIFA? No, Dag. I don't know FIFA, to be honest. Yeah, I'm getting crushed. I'm completely dead here. Piece down for no compensation. That's gonna ruin the mood. Ooh, that would have been nice, Super Saiyan. I didn't actually even see that. I saw a different move that was also good, though. Okay. Mick. That was a really good game. But that was also a huge blunder. If Mick here goes g6 and king g7, just get the king into safety and onto the side of the board so that you can get your rook into play. I'm just completely dead. Yeah, Mick, that was unfortunate. Yeah, good game, Mikal. You were up against the bishops, Mikal. It's a big problem. They will take all your guys. Shang is the top seed. Yeah, he's pretty good. Boso. He made his 2700 rating. That's solid. I really have to figure out what's going on with my screen. There's like this 1/5 section to the right where clicking doesn't work. It's unbelievable. Feels very strange. You were 2700. Yes, I was for a brief moment, Super Saiyan. But you got to be able to stay there. Just getting there once randomly is one thing, but actually staying there, that's another. Okay, we got a game against Guest Store next. Thanks, Whiskery. How are you doing today? Yeah, Mick, you were completely winning. I had no chance. I've really regretted my knight c6 move. It was a big mistake. I should have played knight f5 instead. Who is the best lesser known chess player? Wow. That's a very subjective thing though, Super Saiyan. Also because I know so many more chess players than most people. I will say that, for example, Vityugov has had a great year. Like, really amazing year. I'm not sure how many people knew who Vityugov was, but he's made a name for himself the last couple of months. Of course, I knew who he was. I made a draw against him in Denmark a year and a half ago, and I forced a draw with white because he's a really good player, and I was leading the tournament, and I didn't want to mess around. I just wanted to keep my lead, and I thought playing a draw against Vityugov is not a bad result. All these hammers are stressful. Yeah, Boso, I'm supposed to fix it. I just haven't had time. We'll make some custom options for how to use your hammers. Like skipping the line, we'll make one, and we'll make one for yeah, we'll figure out some good ones. Saw him at Isle of Man, awesome player. Yeah, he's pretty good. Hayes. Is this still the hammer repertoire? Hey, Chess Weeb. Unfortunately, the hammer repertoire only available with white. But we'll make it work. Messing around with emotes? Yeah, but the thing is, and that's honestly Twitch's fault. They had such poor explanations of what the different things did. So I'll activate that, but I just want to say that the reason I didn't activate it initially was because Twitch didn't properly explain what the functionality was. Ooh, I just made a mistake. We'll manage. Yeah, no, I'm hoping to do a black repertoire at some point, Chess Weeb. It's gonna take some time. Vityugov is number 1 in 2019 in the ACP rankings. Wow, that's pretty solid. You're looking forward to the hammer repertoire against f4? Yeah, we'll have to figure out something good against some of the less normal first move options. Why did you choose bishop b5 instead of the Alapin? Because the Alapin, when you get the isolated queen's pawn, it creates more strategic trouble than in bishop b5, in my opinion. I think it's easier to lose a game with the c3 Sicilians. Also, I am way more familiar with bishop b5. So if I were to recommend the c3 Sicilian, I would actually have to do a lot of work on figuring out what the different lines were. But I have played the bishop b5 Sicilians for more than a decade. So I really know that stuff already. Ha, that's good, Pizza Racer. I'm going to go for another hour and then I'm going to start finding some tea and stuff. I have calculated that I should leave my apartment at 4:45. That's in 2 hours and 40 minutes. Wow, it's not that long until... So I've actually discovered that I cannot do a 3-hour stream like I planned. Because I still need to pack my stuff and I also have some work I need to do and some things I need to check up on. So I'll stream for another hour and then I gotta pack and then 4:45 departure from the apartment. It's rough, but it doesn't feel like 4:45. So if you guys missed the backstory, I am currently waiting essentially to go. I'm traveling. I'm going to Montenegro, but I'm traveling via Vienna. And my flight leaves at 6 a.m. It's now 2 a.m. And I woke up at midnight just a couple of hours ago after sleeping, coming home from New York. So it's moving parts all around. Is the plane at your apartment? No. Unfortunately not. That would be nice. Montenegro, yes. That is where we're going. I misplayed this so bad. Somehow I let him get the active king. That wasn't really what I was supposed to do. Now I'm kind of concerned. Chess related trip? Yeah, Jerry. I'm playing a chess tournament in Montenegro. Should be exciting. It's one of the strongest events of the year. It's called the European Clubs Cup. Okay, this is gonna be a weird game. I'm seriously considering just sacrificing my bishop on these pawns. They're so annoying. That king is just so good. The difference between his king being further up the board than mine, but more so also the ability he has to push my king back if I move my rook. Very frustrating. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna need to flag this man regardless. That was such a bad move. I'm just letting him get all of my stuff. Oh, come on. Such a bad pre-move. I should have expected him to play that move. Good game, Gaster. I don't really know what went wrong there. I thought I was much better. But yeah, in the endgame, I completely miscalculated this endgame. And when he got his king to e4, there was like nothing I could do. I'm just dead lost. Even though my pawns are higher up the board than his, the big difference here are the kings. And the fact is that if I don't prevent him from playing f5, then he's going to be able to kick my king back. And then really the difference in kings will be much clearer to see. How he both has the most advanced pawns and the better king. And I choked, but also I kind of choked here because I spent all my time. Maybe I could have flagged him, but I don't really think there was a future here anyway. Because if I push this pawn, I lose that pawn. If I move the rook, I'm almost in a Zugzwang here. If I move the rook, then he can give a check. It's just bad news all along. Nice pre-move. Yeah, perpetual. This is not the best pre-move, but I think I was in trouble regardless. Why would someone put a strong tournament into a backwater like Montenegro? I don't know what you mean. I have, in my life, my job is basically traveling through Eastern Europe. Because Eastern Europe has the chess traditions and the history and so on and so forth. Having a tournament in Eastern Europe is not unusual at all. Also, Montenegro has a very nice coastline. They have a lot of like really nice resorts and stuff on the Mediterranean. It's not a bad place. It's like Croatia, right? Their next door neighbor is Croatia, which is one of the most popular summer destinations for a reason. And Montenegro has that same kind of coastline as well. Well done, Looney Tunesy. Beating Kevin. Get wrecked, Kevin. Get wrecked, Hammer, also. More mountainy. Well, that suits me well, Perpetual, being from Norway. Thank you, Excess Iron, for reminding me to promote the 1E4 repertoire competition. I have been busy, so I didn't announce the winner for October. I think... Yeah, I shouldn't announce it now. We'll announce it when I get back home. But there is a winner who is not in chat right now. So we'll do it at a more friendly hour to the Europeans. But don't be afraid. You still have a chance. You can still submit your games for November. We're having the same competition, just a new month. In order to participate, you need to play some games with the Hammer repertoire. In order to know the Hammer repertoire, you need to be a premium member at Chess24. I'll post the link to the video series in Twitch chat. Go check it out. Learn some of the lines. Try to play it in your Chess24 games and submit it. Post your games in chat. Submit them. Get praise. We'll analyze some games. We'll have fun with it. Engine says rook captures f4 was winning. At what moment? Oh yeah, no, I considered that. Probably should have done that. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Because he gets a passed pawn, right? So I wasn't sure. Judging these positions with a queen against two rooks, it's such a difficult thing to do. I wasn't ready to go into this. It felt kind of dangerous. My king is stuck, and if I move my pawn forward, there will always be trouble in the long diagonal. My loss. Yes, I have been to Serbia for a tournament multiple times, as a matter of fact. One of my best ever tournament results was in Novi Sad. So I have good memories. Yeah, something like that, perpetual. I do like eggs, Boso. Do you? Okay, let's move on. Mikhail is up next. And then we got Sergey, if he's still around. Yes, perpetual. If your game didn't have the hammer repertoire, that was really detrimental to your chances to win. Oh, I just lost 30, more than 30 points, Zachariasen, but it goes up and down. Hey Nicola, how you doing? I think this is the repertoire recommendations we had. It's something about getting your bishop to h6. So initially here, white has given... oh, no, don't do that. I don't know why it put that as a pre-move. That could have been pretty bad. So initially here, black has been given the... black has been given doubled pawns, but we've given away the bishop pair to do so. And when you give away the bishop pair, it's often a good idea to make sure that your opponent cannot use his bishops to his advantage. So very often, whenever you exchange a bishop for a knight to give the opponent doubled pawns in the opening, which is a pretty common theme, but whenever it happens, you often try to exchange off one of the bishops yourself afterwards. Okay, we're just going to put all the pieces over to the king side and then we'll checkmate Mikhail. Wow, Ali, that's very deep. The European Chess Clubs Cup is taking place in Budva. Wow, Sergey, if that's the case, then I am going to the wrong place. But I'm pretty sure that's not true. It's in yeah, I don't know. I was checking the weather report there, and it was supposed to be really nice weather, like 18 degrees Celsius. Something with U and L. We'll Google Montenegro. Montenegro cities. List of cities in Montenegro. It's not on the list. Let's go to Google Maps. Oh man. I seriously, this is so freaky. I cannot click things on the right hand side of my monitor. It's so weird. Okay, where are you? City in Montenegro starting with a U. Here it is. Ulcinj. Ulcinj. Ulcini. Wait, what are you saying, Nicola? I'm never gonna get that pronunciation. I'm just giving up. Okay. Ulcini. 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 Okay, very good, Nicola. We actually learned something. We're going to impress the locals upon our arrival. We're going to be the only ones who know how to pronounce their city. BL, today I am in Oslo, Norway. Yesterday I was in New York. And tomorrow I'm in Ulcini. Ulcini. Yeah, BL. I didn't realize you. Honestly, I didn't fully realize you're in town. But also, yeah. I'm not really announcing my traveling plans. And that's on purpose. But yeah, next time, BL. Next time we're going to a Rangers game, I'll ping you. Now I know for further reference. New without the U at the end. New. Okay, I'm completely lost, Nicola. I really thought I did a better than average job. But if you're still correcting it, then feels bad. Hey Aquila, how you doing? Oh yeah, Aquila is sick. We went to the store and I bought some vitamin C. I thought I'm gonna take these preventively, not to get sick, since I'm traveling so much. And then Aquila ended up sick instead. Which I'm kind of fine with. As long as I don't get sick. That was my main goal. Thank you, Nicola. We'll try it again. Ulcini. 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 Can't compete with Nicola on Montenegro stuff. I think that's a pretty fair assumption, Perpetual. Wow, I made a blunder. Mikal, you're being very tricky. You're being very tricky, sir. If I take this one with the rook, he's just going to take my rook. And honestly, also, he was threatening to capture my knight. And I played rook e2. That was so lucky. I actually prevented him capturing my knight by pure chance. I didn't actually see his threat. Ulcini. I really think I got it. Am I still saying it wrong, Nicola? Because I think this is it. This is what I'm going to stick with. Ulcini. You had bishop knight b7. That is true. It's not my greatest day of chess, Looney Tunesy. I gotta admit that. Do you follow some sort of checklist to choose a move? No, Horus. I just freestyling all the way. But to be fair, my freestyling is pretty good because I've spent a lifetime working on chess. So my first instinct is very often a good instinct. Intuition, huh? It's a nice thing to have. Canyon. Old scene. What E? I'm not sure what E you're referring to, Nicola. Old scene. Old scene? Old scene? Old scene? Canyon. Canyon? I don't understand canyon. It's pronounced like gnocchi. But I'm not even sure I know how to pronounce gnocchi in proper Italian. You got it? Wow, Nicola, I got it. I have no idea when I got it. Okay, we're gonna try this again. So I was saying Ulzini, but instead we're gonna say Ulz. See. Ulzin. But cut the I at the end. Ulzin. Did it on accident? That's what happens to you. Sometimes you just try many, many times and you get it by accident. Ulzin. Welcome, everyone, to Ulzin, a city on the southern coast of Montenegro, close to the Mediterranean Sea, the Adriatic Sea, I think maybe it's called. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is the Adriatic Sea. I don't really know what it's called in English, but Adriaterhavet in Norwegian. Okay, I gotta repeat it once again. Ulzin. Is that really the case? Ulzin? It doesn't sound right to me. Because that honestly sounds pretty easy. Ulzin. Yeah, precisely, Perpetual. If I had properly understood how this... I feel like there was an easier way. If Ulzin is the right one, then it's like... Honestly, it's kind of like Yeltsin, right? Yeltsin, Ulzin. Yeltsin, Ulzin. You know, next time... This is honestly... I'm going to tell my teammates... like, yeah, no, oh, you're struggling to pronounce the name of the city we're going to? Well, no worries. I got you covered. It's like Yeltsin, but instead it's Ulzin. Perfect explanation. Oh, like the NY in canyon. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Olds. Oldsin. 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 Wow. We're making progress, Nicola. Not on the chessboard, but we're making progress. First step, being able to pronounce the place you're going to. Step number 2, actually playing some chess games and winning them. I have a suspicion that step 1 is easier than step 2. This is a language class, yeah, but you gotta have like a base understanding of where you're going. That's fair, I think. No worries, Aquila. You shouldn't. I'm gonna be off in half an hour anyway. I need to pack my bags and I need to do some scanning. I need to check whether I need to print my tickets because Austrian Airlines is a horrible airline. I got some stuff to do. In 2 hours, I'm leaving for the train station. It's 2:30 a.m. This is how we live now. Your sales pitch begins now, and it's already ended. Print them anyway. But having to print your tickets is such a ridiculous thing. Because it still takes time at the airport. It's not really that much of a saving. And honestly, I kind of understand when I'm flying Ryanair and they're strange. But when I'm flying Austrian Airlines, a proper airline, or supposedly proper, I expect them to print my tickets. I don't think that's unfair. Well, I'm leaving them my luggage anyway, right? So we're gonna have an interaction regardless. And for the person making sure my luggage is ready to go, for that person to print out my ticket literally takes 2 seconds. As long as that person exists, having already printed your ticket is not a time saving. I understand for like SAS and Norwegian who have the automated stuff so that you don't have a person you kind of talk to when you're checking in, that you just print out your ticket and be on your way. But this is different. Also, my position is not great. I just realized Sergey is at 2700. That might be part of the reason my ticket is not great. Your packing is done if you're a guy? No, Bozo. That's not how it works. I am a meticulous packer. I take it very seriously. And I always overpack. Always. No exceptions. Okay, we're going to take this one. We'll see how it goes. There is a risk right now that he will capture my queen. But I don't see it, so we're probably fine. If it took me 2 minutes to print them, then maybe perpetual. But I'm having some trouble with my printer. It's not connecting properly to my Wi-Fi. It's a whole thing. So it's much more than 2 minutes to print it. Yeah, good game. Sorry, good game, Mikal. Do you need to call IT? Yeah, probably. I don't really understand what the problem is. I looked into it and I just... Computers are not your friend. That's my summation of it. Stream in the taxi and at the airport. What kind of person do you take me for, Boso? Taxi? Taking a taxi to the airport? This is Norway. Have you seen our taxi prices? Nicola, thank you so much for the 1,000 Pride bits. I appreciate it. I'm very low on time. This is not good. This is very, very bad. I wasn't really trying to play quickly. Oh, come on. Wow, I actually flagged him, huh? I got that pace, you know, people. I got that pace. Did not see that coming. Oof, that was a bit of a time scramble, huh? Wow, people don't care. In the middle of that, they're still discussing printers. Wow, perpetual. I was actually reading this article the other day about how Vienna was really one of the centers of culture and, you know, the world in the early 1900s. And this article said that at one point in 14 or something, 1913 maybe, Hitler, Stalin, Trotsky, Freud, some other guy as well. I forget. There were like two other, Franz Ferdinand and some other guy as well. All of these people were living in Vienna at the same time. That's quite the gallery of historical persons. Wow, Cooper, the art of color. I haven't really gotten there yet either. Yeah, no, perpetual, I know. Usually you only need to print them for low cost airlines. So the only reason I'm thinking about this is because I got an email from Austrian Airlines that said, your flight Oslo to Vienna is now ready for check in. If you have not checked in already, blah, blah, blah. And then it says, you can print out your boarding pass on your own PC for almost all routes up to 36 hours before your flight. Or for many routes, you can arrange for a mobile boarding pass to be issued. But it doesn't say you have to, it says that you can. And I don't want to. I'm going to be at the Oslo airport at 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to be the only person at the airport, basically. So I'm not really ready for it. I don't think Nitex D7 worked, Sergey, but honestly, there was a lot of things I don't have control over. Maybe Sergey. I'll see if someone else is challenging. Okay, next up is Dragon. What a username. We fear the dragon. Print it out and stream until you jump on the wing. Is that how you board your planes, Boso? No wonder you're a clown. Jump on the wing. It doesn't feel like the right way to board an aircraft. There was a time when I knew how to play this opening. I don't think that time exists anymore. Okay, I think d5 is some kind of theory here. But I also think that if I play d5, there's a very high probability of me just losing that pawn. So it's a tough choice. Also bored? Yes, thank you, Aquila. I'm gonna get one of those stream deck thingies. I talked to Tori about it. She really recommends it. Maybe it's gonna be difficult to implement, but I think it's worth just for the experimentation, if nothing else, to figure out how the different tools work. Slumka, instead of saying that's an interesting position, you could be constructive, like Aquila, and actually tell me what I'm doing wrong. Stream Deck, yeah, it's this thing, Cooper, where you can kind of just click a button and it changes. Yeah, you can Google it. Are we going to sacrifice our queen? Queen f2 and then take the knight? That's going to be weird. Yeah, that is true, Aquila. You were very helpful. It's clearly you're sick. Being helpful instead of being trolly. Okay, so he moved the knight. But now I can capture a pawn close to his king. That feels like a good trade for me. No, but it's not just about clicking perpetual. It's the fact that I don't have to kind of change my concentration. Because clicking I can just do with my other hand. Whereas in order for me to make sure that I switch between different boards and scenes in OBS, I actually have to turn around. I have to bring the mouse over to that screen. I don't know. I think it could be pretty helpful. At the very least, it's something I'm going to test out. GM in the DMs. See you around. Auto hotkey script. Yeah, but once you say script, Whiskery, then I get nervous about it being way beyond my proficiency. You like the boards? Wow, GM in the DMs. You're one of the first people to actually say that. I think the board is pretty nice, but the rounded edges are not great. Especially when you're trying to design your layout the way I did. Hey Salat, I'm playing for the Køge Chess Club. It's the strongest chess club in Denmark. I'll see if I can find a link. And also, actually, for tech help, Aquila, something really weird happened to my computer. So on my second monitor, it doesn't register clicks on like the fifth right hand side of the screen doesn't register clicks. So for instance, I cannot open a new tab on my second monitor because it's too far to the right. And it just doesn't register clicking at that point on the screen. It's seriously freaky. Auto adjusting the resolution on the monitor. I guess I'll try that. But, I mean, yeah, it's just weird. Because, I mean, I can still see what's on that side of the page, right? It's just the mouse clicks not registering. Why not Vålerenga? I'm not a member of Vålerenga, Hayes. That's not my Norwegian club. It's probably the PC thinking the resolution is different than what it actually is. Okay, well, I'll try that out. Thanks for the tip, guys. I would click on your link, Perpetual, but it's on the right-hand side of my monitor, so I can't. No, it's not a touch screen. I've never had the problem before, which is why it's so weird. Okay, suddenly chat became very computery and I completely lost track. Really? Does Perpetual deserve a timeout for that? Okay, now I'm gonna have to move my... Oh. It actually opened in the other window. How... Browsers are so bad. Just open it on the other browser. I don't understand why it had to... Okay, I'm tired now. People posting things in chat, then me checking it out to make sure whether it's kosher, and then, yeah. It's one of the oldest pictures on the internet. Well, what would I know, Aquila? I don't know the internet. I'm really messing this up. The dragon is coming for me. Okay, I'm gonna get some space for my king. I'm nervous about what's happening. Yeah, but you weren't really reacting to it. And frankly, based on the description I saw in chat, I thought that doesn't sound great. So I thought I should check it out for myself, whether or not you were kind of sick and unresponsive to Perpetual trolling. Okay. We won the chess game at least. That's something. Perpetual, I didn't realize it was gonna open on this. Yeah. My bad. Look how that turned out. Yeah, it didn't go very well. Oof. If only chess was good enough for us. I really don't understand any of the computer stuff you're still talking about. Maybe I'm not supposed to understand. Let's see if I can find the link to that. To the tournament I'm playing. Okay, I am so... Yeah, no, but this is also part of the reason it's stressing me out. Is like half my second monitor I cannot use because of the stupid problem that I cannot figure out and that just arose. Okay, here's the link to the website. If only we could find the link to chess results. Then we'll find the link to Kurge. This is good enough. We'll post this in chat. What is the problem? I really don't know, Nicola. It's very weird. All the clicks I have on the right-hand side of my second monitor do not register. Hey Boots, how you doing? We'll play another game. You're gonna give me a revenge, Gester? We'll see about that. Undoubtedly OS. I'm sure it is, Aquila. I don't really need to know what is wrong. I just need to know how to fix it. Working in IT, surely you must be familiar with the fact that people don't care really what the problem is. They just want a quick fix. Auto adjust on the monitor. But I don't know what that is. Auto. I've now pressed something that says auto. Auto adjustment. Okay, I think I did it. Still doesn't work. Hold it down until it says auto. I'm holding it down, holding it down, holding it down. Auto adjustment not available, it said. I was holding it down for a very long time. It says, it like for half a second said auto adjustment not available. I don't really care. I'm not using this computer in over 1.5 weeks. The drivers have taken over. Wow, Aquila. That's it? You're giving up? Okay, we gotta... It's like Yeltsin, but old scene. No, I had it earlier. I didn't repeat it many enough times. Everyone, I am going to Ultsing. Is that it? Ultsing. Still got it. Wow, Nicola. Restarting Explorer X. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if that part of my computer is working. We'll play one more game. And then I'm going to pack my bags. Hammer through doing that, it's not going to work, Aquila. What's the temperature in your flat? It's cold, Boso. It's very cold. Okay, appropriately, our last game will be against Aquila, the one challenger still remaining. It was very cold, Boso, but fortunately, I have a friend of mine is staying in the apartment when I'm away. So the temperature thing was kind of fixed by having all sorts of heaters on the maximum while I was away. I didn't know that, Betrayed. That's freaky. Sora, I have been to India once. One time. I went to India for like 3 days after the first world championship match Magnus played. So I was the opening helper for Magnus in that match. And after he had secured victory, I got the first flight to Chennai, and I stayed there for like maybe not even 3 days, maybe like 2 days. So I came out for the closing ceremony and the prize giving, and I'm very glad I did. It was a very interesting experience. Yeah, Mick, that's I'm very familiar with Anastasia's Mate. It's one of the most famous games I've played, honestly. It's been rehashed so many times on the internet. Expensive? Do you mean the trip, Boso? Carlson was paying. It's not a problem. You appear in the Magnus documentary? Yeah, I know. I was there. Perpetual. The filmmaker is actually a friend of mine. He was our kind of our teacher for video editing in journalism school. Yeah, I'll look into it, Guillotine. But I think for now, seeing as how I'm just home for a couple of hours, I'm just not going to care about it. And I'll figure it out when I get back home next week. Maybe, sometimes things just might miraculously fix itself. So that's basically my number one goal. To just leave it and then hope that it works itself out. I'm not sure I am a better actor than Magnus Perpetual. I was in a kids' TV show in Norway, and they told me I was not very good at looking angry. Which is really disappointing, seeing as how angry is kind of my go-to mood. It really should have been my strong suit. Hey Ahmed, how you doing? Let's go here. And then here. And then we're just gonna rush. I would make a great Grinch. You're right, Perpetual. If only the movie directors could see it the way you do. He thought he was getting a stalemate there, but he still had the pawn left, and with that, we give checkmate. I know, Slumka, that's what I'm saying. I should have been very good at being angry. But somehow, the director of the kids' TV show was not happy with my performance. You did try, Aquila. It was pretty close. Am I the only one who don't understand a thing of what Omid just said? Still sick. I can't tell whether it's an insult or not. I want to see you on a children's program. Insert a comma. I mean, yeah. Twitch chatters really should be better at their punctuations. Okay, now I understand what he's saying. He's still sick and it sucks. Wow, but without that comma, it really... Yes, very good, Aquila. You got the punctuation right. More than one comma really needed there. Okay, it's been interesting, everyone. I'm gonna pack my bags. I'm leaving for the airport in 1.5 hours. And I'm going to Ulcinj. Is that still good, Nicola? Ulcinj. Ulcinj. So I'm gonna check out. Dan, it's Ulcinj. We had some Serbian language class for stream today. Ulcinj. Thank you so much, Mac. It's the European Clubs Cup, 7 rounds, tough opposition. I'm on board 1, which means I'll be playing other board 1 players. And essentially that means that I'm going to have tough opponents in every game. So that's interesting if it goes well, and very depressing if it goes poorly. I'll make do my best to make it the former, but you never really know. Yeah, that's the link. Thank you, Uloth. The link to the website for my club. There's also the link to the results page. I'll post it in Chess24 chat as well. Yeah, good game, Gestor. The only one who managed to defeat me. Well done. Can you raid yourself? We'll find some chess people to raid. If I can open Twitch in a good way without touching the right hand side of my screen. Ooh, Helm's Knight is alive. We'll raid Helm's Knight. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll be away for more than a week, but I'll be back stronger than ever. I'll make sure to update my schedule at some point. If you want kind of news from the tournament, if you want to discuss my tournament games as they happen, they will all be relayed live on the all the chess servers, really. Check out our Discord. Our Discord has great channels for discussing ongoing games and kind of interacting with me as I play. There's a link to Discord in chat. Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you around.